Good morning, guys. Say good morning. Well, it's that time of the year where this year has come to an end and we are about to embark on a new journey with a new year. And I really hope that next year is going to be even better for me and for you guys. So, I wanted to do my last video of the year, and it kind of works out perfectly because when you guys are watching this video right now, it's actually New Year's Eve. So, Happy New Year's. So this video is just going to be a little recap on how 2025 went for me. In 2025, I'm not going to lie to you guys, was definitely a trying year for me. It was probably the worst year for my mental health since I've been on the road traveling. Now, you guys know that I share everything with you guys. I don't sugarcoat nothing. So I'm not going to do that in this video. So I'm going to share all my ups and my downs from this year right here. The year started off a little rough for me. Last year, for 2024, I actually took a break from YouTube for 4 months to go help a friend of mine that was diagnosed with an aggressive lymphoma cancer. And my friends and family mean the world to me, and I will do anything in the world for them. So I had to go out there and take care of my friend for the 4 months. And I put YouTube on the back burner. Well, my friend ended up passing away at the end of 2024 with me as his caregiver. So, coming into 2025, I was dealing with all the emotions, finally, of my friend passing away from his cancer with me beside him. Because I wasn't dealing with it when I was there taking care of him, because I was blocking out all my emotions to keep him happy. So I always had to have a smile on my face so he could have a smile on his face. So I was dealing with that at the beginning of the year still, because I was finally facing all those emotions. But then I came to Quartzsite, and Quartzsite is a happy place for me. And so I started off the year in Quartzsite, and that came to a very quickly end, because this little munchkin right here, long story short, ended up being diagnosed with an enlarged heart, a grade 6 heart murmur, and fluid around her heart, and the extreme arthritis to top it all off. That was all new to me. So I thought that I was going to lose my baby. You know, that's a lot of issues that she had. And so until I learned about all the heart issues with dogs, I thought it was my last year with her. But she's doing good. She proved me wrong. So I took a few weeks off, spent every single day with her, filmed a lot of personal videos with her. I sing to my little one every single day, and I have a favorite song that I sing to her. And so I filmed myself singing that song to her. She's my everything. So that's how the year started off. So then Utah is always a happy place for me. So I figured I'd go to Utah and go to one of my favorite places, Zion National Park, to try to regroup mentally. And I swear that place never disappoints. So my first major place that I went to on my travels this year was Zion National Park, and it was very refreshing. And then I got to camp in snow for a little bit. That's very rare. And mind you, I was still in the Jeep. So I was living in the Jeep. We were camping in snow. Snow is such a beautiful, peaceful thing for me to see. And then I got to go back and hike and visit the place where it all started for me. Place that made me fall in love with nature. It was the place that I ever first did my first hike. The first place I ever camped at. The first place I ever did rock crawling in my Jeep. The first place that I ever did rock climbing. Red Rock Canyon in Las Vegas is that special place that started it all for me. So to go back there and be able to visit that this year was very emotional for me, because it's definitely a special place for me. So those were some ups. So the down part, one of the down parts, was I had decided to give it a shot and try to travel with some people this year. I felt like it would have been a nice distraction considering what I was dealing with, my emotions, and in and out of my depression. And then also my stalker situation. It would have been less stressful for me not looking over my shoulder all the time, being with other people. And this whole entire year, I did that. I traveled with a few different people. Some of those people are amazing, amazing people. My Canadian, if you're watching, because I know you are, thank you for being such a sweetheart, such an amazing person, and being my Canadian. But for a lot of the other people that I traveled with this year, and I won't go into details, I lost their friendship. My whole entire life, I've had a problem with trusting people, and this year I opened up my heart and gave it a whirl, and trusted these people, only to be stabbed into my heart and have my heart broken by them. So there were two incidents this year. The first incident, I sank into a huge depression for a few weeks. And the most recent incident really affected me a lot, but I'm working on myself where I need to learn how to keep things in the past and just live for the day and the future. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So the most recent incident with a friend, I was very hurt and upset for a few weeks for that too, but I've learned to put it all behind me. You know, I've been told by YouTubers that have a lot bigger channels that I need to be careful with who I make my friends with as a YouTuber. I need to have my guards up. And I should have listened to those friends that told me that. So, enough of that sad stuff. Let's get to the good stuff. So I've always wanted to go and explore and see Highway 395 in California. And this year I got to do that. I got to go to some pretty epic spots and see some pretty epic places off of Highway 395. Amazing places. And I can't wait to go back and explore that area again. From that Hot Creek geologic site, I'd never seen anything like that before. Absolutely beautiful. To some of the lakes that I saw, the mountains. Highway 395 is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful area. And then I also spent some more time in Utah. Because Utah is just my favorite state. It always draws me back. And I'm sure next year I'm probably going to be back in Utah for a little bit again. But in Utah, I was able to spend some time in those red mountains and found some secluded spots. I had a lot of first things that I experienced this year for the very first time. 2 of those were in Utah. I did my first cold plunge in Utah. I rode a horse for the very first time in Utah. Utah is definitely a beautiful, peaceful, refreshing place. So then another epic thing that I got to experience is I went back to the Pacific Northwest. I love the Pacific Northwest. And one of the things that has always been on my bucket list was to see Crater Lake. I've never in my life, my breath was taken away seeing Crater Lake for the first time. There was still a little bit of snow, actually a lot of snow on the ground there. That lake was the bluest water, bluest royal blue water I've ever seen in my life. It was probably one of the most breathtaking places that I had seen in a long time. And then I got to go spend some time at Mount Hood in the forest up there. I'd always wanted to see that area also. Such an amazing place too. So then another epic moment for mine is we went over to Colorado. Found an amazing hip campsite to stay at with these amazing donkeys and horses, and I love animals so much. So to be able to spend time with these donkeys and these horses and pet them and walk with them and bathe them and feed them, it was such a beautiful, beautiful time. But then I had another first experience for me. And I got to do my very first train ride in Colorado. And this train ride has been rated the #1 scenic train ride in the United States. So I picked the perfect train ride to do. That was epic. Absolutely epic. So then my birthday was coming up. Now I'm going to let you guys know, living in my Jeeps for 3.5 years, I was starting to get burned out on living in such a confined space. And then when my little one here got diagnosed with all her health issues, I knew it was time for me to find a bigger vehicle, but I couldn't afford another vehicle. It was either sell my Jeep and get another something bigger, but I didn't want to get rid of my Jeep. I love my Jeeps. So a dear friend of mine, he kind of knew that I was burned out living in the Jeep. And he got me this amazing bus that I'm in right now for my birthday. I feel like I'm in a mansion. And when I moved into the bus and started living in the bus, I could tell a huge difference in just my little one. She was so much happier being in this bus, having a place to run around, having a bed to run around in like this, having her own little spot over there, being able to see out of the bus doors when I'm driving, something Mama has always wanted her to do. So this bus right here was a lifesaver for me, for sure. It brightened my spirits up so much receiving this bus right here. So then for my birthday, after going to get the bus, one of my first trips that I did was out to the Grand Canyon. And my cousin and his wife and their kids, none of them had ever been camping before. And the kids always said, well, for our first time, we want to go camping with Sarah because she's the professional. Kids brighten up my day, and my family definitely brighten up my day. So they came out to spend my birthday weekend with me out at the Grand Canyon and have their first camping experience with me. To see my family so happy and to be able to not only experience what I live every single day, but to have their first camping experience out in nature was the best gift that I could have ever received. So then back to Oregon, did some more camping in Oregon. Camped on a beautiful, beautiful lake. I got lucky finding that place. Did a beautiful, beautiful waterfall hike right there at that lake. I felt like I had that whole lake to myself. Then, on over to Idaho. Idaho was probably one of my favorite places this year. I made a video, one of my videos I made in Idaho. I mentioned that that place was bringing me back to why I started this journey. And I started this journey not for YouTube. I started it because of my past and the rough life that I've had growing up, and then the tragic things that I went through before I started traveling. I started this traveling to be in nature because nature has always been peaceful to me, and I've always felt at peace when I was off-roading, camping, hiking, climbing those mountains. So I felt like me going to engulf myself in nature was probably going to save my life. I've never truly experienced happiness my whole entire life until I started living this lifestyle. So Idaho brought that back for me. Brought that sense of peace in nature for me back. Brought that happiness that kind of dwindled away this year back for me. Idaho now holds a very special place in my heart. I got to kayak one of the most famous whitewater rafting rivers. I got to see the beautiful Sawtooth Mountains. I got to kayak on a beautiful alpine lake. Just the beauty of the Boise National Forest and the Sawtooth Mountains National Forest area is something I think everybody should go and experience. So then after Idaho, I went back to Utah again. But I was working my way down to Texas to go help take care of my aunt that had a major surgery. So I stopped and spent some time in Utah, went to a beautiful state park there, Kodachrome State Park. Stunning place. Definitely one of my favorite places in Utah also. And I just didn't have enough time there to really explore that park, so I'll definitely be going back there sometime. So after Texas, my aunt's surgery went well. She's healed up great. She's the strongest lady I've ever known in my whole entire life. Strongest person. So I knew that she'd heal up pretty quick. So then I end my year here in Quartzsite, like I do every year. Good old Quartzsite. So although I had to deal with a lot of downs this year, a lot, you know, not only the downs that I discussed, but my channel was affected this whole entire year. For some odd reason, my paychecks with YouTube were cut completely in half. Every month this year, I had to dip into my savings account. So I questioned, should I continue this lifestyle? I questioned, should I continue YouTube? But doing this YouTube channel is therapeutic for me. Because I like to share my life story with you guys. I like to share those down moments with you guys. I get it out. I'm able to talk about it. I've reached out to so many people that have been struggling with certain things in their life also. And they have thanked me so much for sharing my rough times and my life story. So I don't want to give up on this YouTube channel. I definitely don't want to give up on this lifestyle because I think this lifestyle saved me. If I would not have started this traveling and this mental journey that I'm on of working on myself and my mental illnesses and my depression, if I would not have started all of this, I don't think I would be sitting here talking to you guys anymore. So it was the best decision that I could have ever made. And I know that's hard for some people to understand. So I had to take some moments and really think about things, especially with this trying year that I had. I had to realize that I had a lot of positive things this year happen to me. And one thing that I've always been horrible about is dwelling on those negative things and not able to really focus and see the positive things. And I'm working on that. I'm learning to work on that. So although there might have been a lot of negative times and down times this year, I really experienced a lot of good times. I had a lot of first experiences this year with the horse, riding the horse for the first time. You guys know my love for animals. The train ride through those beautiful, beautiful mountains. Breathtaking. The cold plunge up in the mountains in Utah. That was cold. And having this bus given to me at the right moment when I needed it was a blessing. So for 2026, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and start this new year off as just that, a new year. Everything that happened this whole entire year is now in the past, and I am now starting fresh from the time that I get out of this bed right here tomorrow morning, have my cup of coffee, and walk out that front door. It is a new day, a new year, and I'm going to make the most of it. And hopefully it'll be a better year. For me and for you guys, for everybody. My New Year's resolution is to, from now on, do what I continuously say to do. Live in the present and live for the future. And everything that has happened yesterday and in the past is just that, the past. I've come a long way with myself. A long way. And I still have a long way to go. And I'll be quite honest with you guys. I'm going to end this video with, you guys are a huge, huge part of my development and working on myself and my happiness. To read all the positive comments that I get, to hear people share their life stories with me, and to know that I've reached out to so many people through my platform here makes me feel great. Try not to tear up. It makes me feel love in my heart, something that I've never had also in my life. And so I'm going to end this year with telling you guys thank you. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys for being patient with my ups and downs. And next year, tomorrow, 2026, it'll be a better year. And then I almost forgot. Another up that I had this year was I published my very first book, my camping cookbook. That was a huge accomplishment. How did I forget about that? I worked on that book the whole entire year. So, just a few more weeks here in Quartzsite. I'll be back on the road to see some new things, experience some new things, hopefully. In 2026, I will be back on the road doing exactly what I started this for. My mental health and being one with nature. Because I let that go a little bit this year. But I'm focusing on all that for 2026. I can't wait to share all the great places that I go to again with you. And hopefully some more first experiences for me. I have faith that 2026 is going to be a great year.